Hi guys. So this is directly from Sweden. You can see a lot of snow outside, and we are ready for the new year. And I will give you three great stock picks that I think will do well 2025 and further after that into the future. And I will use Avanza. It's an investing app we have in Sweden. It's probably similar to some of your guys investing apps like eToro or whatever you use, and I will just search for the companies that I think will do well in 2025, and that some of them I would probably invest in also. So let's head straight into business, and my first pick is Microsoft. So here you can see the Microsoft stock, the latest 5 years. It's about 160% gains. So it has been quite decent, I would say, about 30% each year on average. We can see like this is like here's the COVID bottom here, 2020, and then boom, straight up. And then after like people realize winter 2021 that stocks will not continue to climb forever, so the whole market just went straight down, and after that it has been like a steady progress until like spring 2024, and after that Microsoft has been going sideways mostly. But I think like 2025 is a great year for Microsoft, and I have my reasons for believing that there are going to be a bigger market for AI computers, and Microsoft has been investing a lot to be a part of the AI computing boom. Like, I mean, personal computers are going to sell more and more again, and they will be like based on Microsoft AI, and a lot of them will have like built in properties of Microsoft, and Microsoft will also do their own computers. So that will be a boost incoming. I will also say like the AI overall will benefit Microsoft a lot 2025. This is like a shift that will last like 5 or 10 years with massive revenues for the companies that are the leaders in AI, and I would say like Microsoft might be the leader in the world. They are heavily invested in ChatGPT, and obviously they in the future will gain a lot of revenue from that, but they also gain a lot of knowledge. They are using the tech in ChatGPT in their offerings, in Excel, in CEO Pilot, so in the Bing search engine, etc. So they are taking on Google. So Microsoft are really playing big this year. And also they obviously are using the AI to make their cloud even better. They are massive in the security business, so they are firing on all cylinders. And also, I guess in gaming, we have seen like the launch of Diablo 4, I think, which are doing quite good. They own Blizzard now, Microsoft. So Call of Duty, Candy Crush, etc. A lot of money going in. And even though they are not quite the new generation of Xbox yet, I would say that Microsoft are well positioned for like being the leader in gaming into the future also. So let's just watch a bit of like their finances from 2019 until 2024, where you can see that their margins and their total revenue has risen a lot. Like it has almost doubled. So this is a company that are doing very good. If we see this is like rolling 12, so this is the 12 latest month, and we start like Q4 23, and just like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 latest quarters, we can see that they are making steady progress in terms of revenue, but also in terms of earnings per share. Like the blue, they are increasing earnings per share throughout this time. So I'm like quite certain that they will continue to do that, and they will use AI to even expand the margins. And here we can see the PE. I'm not sure that it's exactly 34.37 at the moment, because Avanza, who I am using, are like getting their metrics. So I don't know which date this is exactly taken, but it's probably quite accurate. So yeah, based on like Microsoft going sideways for some time, I would say they are quite good value for your buck at the moment. Yeah, so that's the first stock pick for me that I see some upside to, that are quite safe. The second one I am looking extra at is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. They if you look for 5 years, they are 145% plus, but it has been like a really rocky road, and they, from being 180, it has just been like going down. But that's actually a bit strange, because they have done really good in terms of execution. I think they had like from 0 to $4.5 billion in AI sales on their leading ship during 2024. So this graph should have been like even higher probably, but instead it's going down because Nvidia has got all the hype. But I think Advanced Micro Devices are doing all things right. When I have listened to their CEO, Lisa Su, and I also listened to their CFO, etc. So I'm really comfortable in the way they are executing, and they are doing whatever they want in the pace they want, and they will probably surprise a lot of people with massive revenue gains during 2025. And also Wall Street are seeing some upside here, so everything is in line for Advanced Micro Devices to do a great comeback during 2025 in terms of stock price. We can also see here the analysis here. The latest quarters, they have started to have more earnings. Here you can see, and also the revenue is getting higher and higher, which seems great. And this is happening even though they have like got less and less revenue in terms of gaming profits from their collabs with PlayStation and Xbox. So despite that going down, the company are earning more and more. So think about it, when there will be new generation of gaming and the gaming boom will come back, they can add that to all their AI chips, etc. So they are very well positioned for the future. And if you know what Nvidia do, AMD is doing like the same thing. They are not just like as big, but their new chips, MI325, I think it is called, are supposed to be on par with Nvidia, and also the generations after, they are like closing the gap more and more. So the thing for AMD now is just getting the word out, working with the sales team to show the world their product, because they have an amazing product that are like the best in class. So now they just have to establish all the relationships with the customers to get going. So based on like finance, we have the income statement here, and here they have the balance sheet. almost no debt at all, very steady. I know they are like buying back shares also to give back to like the shareholders and reduce taxes that they have to pay. So they are generating a lot of cash flow and has improved that year over year, so they can buy back shares and act like a big company, which is nice to see. In terms of news, we can see here we have like the Taiwan is pointing at research from the state getting a bit less research money, but I don't think that's a big thing. Here we see AMD is investing in AI cloud space on Vulture. We can also see like some news that Broadcom has done better. But yeah, I would say based on what I've heard in interviews with the CFO and the CEO and some other news like new launches from AMD, new chips and processors, etc., that things are going smoothly according to plan. They have really improved like the software side of the business. That has been like an issue before, because when they were weak at software, you couldn't like easily transition from NVIDIA to AMD, but now you can. Okay, so because they are doing such a nice progress with the software side, I'm very pleased with their positioning, and I'm actually having AMD as my biggest investment going into 2025, and I hope they will do a comeback based on this analysis. Yeah, and last I will show you another company which I think would do well, and that's actually Meta Platforms, which is Facebook, for you who don't know. So this stock has done amazingly lately, because it really crashed 2022. So it's like almost 600. It's all over 600%. So the background story there is there were some regulatory issues for Meta Platform, and Mark Zuckerberg started to investing heavily in like Meta Quest and like this virtual reality lab, etc. And Wall Street didn't buy it because it didn't have any margins. But later on here, like Zuckerberg and the leadership team show that they listened to Wall Street, and they started to reducing the workforce and making the company more lean, more effective, and the margins improved rapidly, making this a great comeback. So we have seen like a great rise, and what I would say here is, will it really continue, or have they already made its run, and will it like go sideways as Microsoft done mostly of 2024? That's like the risk here, that there are other stocks that are more positioned to rise during 2025. But my thing is, I want to invest for the future, for the long term, and I think Meta is one of the biggest companies that will do really good. And I love their like improvement in AI. They are taking on like all other companies with this open AI model. They are building and collaborating with, for example, IBM, etc., using their Llama models that they are doing open source. And I think this will be very beneficial for Meta in the long term, investing in AI and doing this open source project. Also, I think the introduction of threads, we can see here a news, it was 17th of December, it was stated by Telegram that the threads has more than 100 million active users. So we see the threads are actually closing in on X, which is their the closest company. So if they can get Threads going, there might be like $100 billion opportunity there with a lot of revenue from advertising waiting to be collected. As we know, so a lot of company has boycott X, and if Threads can go big, they will just start to advertise a lot on Threads also. So that is another revenue boost opportunity. They also works a lot with the algorithm, and they have like closed in on TikTok in terms of using similar algorithms on Reels, etc. So they have started to gain a lot of revenue and advertising money. And we will see what will happen with TikTok in US. If there is a ban, that will benefit Meta a lot because they will be like the big player there. So we also know that Zuckerberg has visited Trump at I don't know how you pronounce Mar-a-Lago or however you pronounce it. So the relationship is getting better between Meta and the government, which is good because what happens 2022 was like the opposite. The relationship started to crash and everything was blamed on Meta in the society, etc. So, but now you have like TikTok that have taken some of the focus, you would say. In terms of finances, we can see here a great balance sheet getting bigger, but also like not a lot of you can see the blue in comparison with the green here, that like the liabilities and the liabilities is not a big part of the total for Meta, which is very good. We don't want the blue staple here to be as big as the green. That will cause a lot of big payments in interest, etc. So they have a wonderful balance sheet. We can also see here that the revenues are getting bigger each year, even though 2022 it get a bit smaller. And if we use the R12, like we can see how the revenue has improved the latest 12 months. And we use the 6 latest quarters here to see that improvement. So based on this, I think Wall Street has seen that Meta is doing steady progress, and if they can continue to increase revenue predictably and also improve the earnings per share, they will be rewarded with a rise because their PE is not that big at the moment, 27, and don't forget that they are investing a lot in like the AI, investing a lot in virtual realities. So despite all the investments, all the share buybacks, etc., they still have this massive earnings per share. That tells me that if they want, they can earn more, and probably this market value of, you can see it here, 1,306,343 million US dollars will continue to give. So 1.3 trillion dollars, I think it is. Correct me if my math got it wrong there. So that's not extremely much based on the revenue and the potential earnings they have in comparison with other big companies like Tesla, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. And also you have this Llama project that is going great, their AI open source model, they have the threads and the usual things that are going smoothly. So I'm pleased to have Meta as one of my picks this year. Thank you for listening today, and have a great January, and I will enjoy the snow here in Sweden. Thank you very much.